Hello, everybody. Today, we are going to be going over what kind of productivity tools you can be using to aid in your entrepreneurial career. I know that's that right, but let's just ignore it for now. Okay, so over the course of my entrepreneurial career, which started in late October, I have been using these tools. Well, I've been using them since after Christmas, but started in October. And let me tell you, it's been an exponential curve by how much these productivity tools help to increase my, I'd say, awareness. And it makes you pretty aware of, okay, well, what are we doing? How can we improve, etc. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you what productivity tools you can be using to improve your productivity, your focus, etc. Okay, all right. Now, first thing I want to be going over is, well, what you can see by my screen is my Empiric Acquisition Warm Map. Now, I cannot get credit for making this. This was made by my mentor, Charlie Morgan. Link in the description. He made a free program, helps you build an online business for consulting, agency, etc. And 60-free program. Changed my life. Hopefully it'll change yours. So if you're interested, click in the link in the description. Okay. Now, with this video, well, not with this video, but with this Google Sheet is what you can see here is this was January, and what you can see here is over the course of first quarter. This is where each of these things are. This is how you measure your productivity and how well you did for each quarter. So it's just the first 3 months. So hence why I want to make this video because we just finished Q1. Okay. I should probably actually mention this, but that's fine. I just do an example later on. But the thing is, let's say, for example, we just got done with March. So let's say we were in April, which we are, as the time we record this. It's April 1st. So I should have done this yesterday, but I was at track meet. But that's besides the point. You could say, let's just pretend it was March 31st. Let's just say my current goals right now is to, well, make a video today. And what do you know it? I'm making a video today. So probably after I'm done making this video, I'm going to cross that off. Okay? And then make a video on my business channel. So after I'm done making this video, I'm going to make a business channel one, cross it off. Easy as that. This helps you not have that thought in your head of, okay, let's just say you have a 12-hour work shift. And let's say for the first 6 hours, you got all you wanted to get done for the day. And you're like, I got nothing left to do. You never want that to be the case. You always want to have something. And let's say I get these done like rapidly fast. I have another thing like watch module 4 of the Gym Growth Accelerator 3.0. Because I'm watching that right now. And let's say I just sped all through it, and then I can watch module 5, etc., 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 And let's just say I didn't get this done, so I would just copy and paste it over to the next day. And the next day, until I get it done. Okay? And then down here, I don't use this, but we could just this is like reminders, like it could be something from like let me go back to an example. Like when we're watching videos, I tend to struggle. It could be something like that, when you're watching videos you tend to struggle. It could be something like that. Like reminders, The main objectives. This is stuff you want to get in the month, okay? So this could be anything from like setting up and implementing email marketing, getting a decent amount of traction. It could be something like that, Now, I wouldn't put any binary numbers. You can if you want to, but I wouldn't, since this is like a strict time thing, and time and goals are a bit fickle, It'd be better if there was a range or something like that. So, perfect example. Finished modules on Number 4 Consulting. I was not able to do that this month, so I will do that next month. And then another main objective that I have is get to. I know. I just said this, but there are exceptions to the rule. Get to 50 subscribers on my main channel. And ways I could be doing this is posting more content, having better thumbnails, posting higher quality content / doing better thumbnails, editing, etc. It could be stuff like that. Another goal I might have is to a before and after checklist for onboarding and service delivery. And this is something I am looking forward to do after I'm done with the module of Number 4 Consulting. Because I'm also in the gym niche and marketing to gym owners. And what I plan on doing is, after I'm done with this module, I plan on taking the action items in that module and, refining them, because the content is somewhat old, because some of it's outdated. Really just the COVID stuff is. And I'm going to be putting that inside my onboarding process. So, like, for example, if we go to Number 4 Consulting, Module 1, and we go to, the secret weapon, and he talks about high level. So, in the checklist, my high-level checklist, in the checklist for the onboarding process, or the before checklist, which is onboarding, I would put in there, go high level, need to install, and I put the steps there, and then for the example, for the after checklist, it would be, running and iterating Facebook ads, and Facebook ad setups in the first place, stuff like that. So I plan on doing, that kind of stuff, And then another goal I have, get very familiar with Go High Level and watch as much of Go High Level Mastery in VIP module. So another goal I have, this is all for example, Classroom, go here. Yeah, Go High Level Mastery. So another goal I might have is just watching all this so I can get really familiar with the app and, see what's changed over the 6 years since this video and the one that was made with the Gym Growth Accelerator, Okay. I think I explained everything. So we're going to go over to the next productivity tool. Now, again, I cannot owe credit to this. This was made by Lincoln T. And some of this stuff is outdated. I'm just kind of lazy and don't really want to change it. And by outdated, I mean I don't use it anymore. Like, for example, niche research. That was one of the early things Charlie Morgan said to do in the program. Again, link in the description if you're interested. Okay, so I'm just going to run this through you, and I'm just going to show you what I do on a day-to-day basis, okay? Okay, so tracking complete. So, yes and no, I haven't completed this. So we'll just do yesterday. Bit of a bad example because I was at track meet, but we'll just, say it yesterday. Distraction, I was in fact distracted, but I don't really use this. I just put this in the how can I improve. I usually just highlighted green to show that, that I answered the question. And then in this little note thing, you can just do so on a computer, I think it's Shift F2. Yeah, Shift F2 and a little note. And what you can do is you can write a little note saying, how can I improve? Okay, so I was at the track meet, and on the way there, I was going to watch Trial by Fire. But instead of that, that's not really a good example. Okay, let's say this. Before my event, which was a 2 mile, I was just watching the video. Instead, I could be watching, one of Charlie Morgan's videos, some motivational, So I could just say, was watching entertainment content instead of business content before rest. You just do that. And total work hours, pretty easy. I think that was only 1 hour, probably 1.1 hour of work. Total hours are focus. These are both like they're not binary terms, so you can just put like a measurement in. So for that day, it was probably like 70% focus. Again, like 70% output. And then you just add these two together and divide by the average, which is just 70. And then outreach. I haven't done outreach yet. I'm not really going to be able to do this until I set up my business when I turn 18. But for the time being, unless something else comes up, this will be staying to zero. I'm just refining my service at the moment. And then we have our subscribers. And now you might be looking when the time I record this. I do not have 43 subscribers. I only have 35. Well, I'm adding my main channel, which is at 35, my business channel, which is at 5, and my fitness channel, which is at 3. If you're interested in those other channels, I believe they're in my links in the, where you go to you go to YouTube and then you go to, I believe, here, and then you can just click on these links. Fitness channels. So if you're interested in those channels, you can look at them if you want. So 43 subscribers. I did not get any new subscribers today. This was yesterday in mine. I did not post any YouTube videos. And then for today, I'm going to be posting 2 videos. No Instagram followers and none of that, okay? And then this was niche research when I did all this. I should probably get rid of it, but I'm a little lazy. I don't even need to. And then sleep. So then, a bit of a bad example. This is my usual sleep schedule. Usually 9 hours. But what I usually do is this, like the 9-hour thing. But what happened yesterday, because of the track meet, I got to bed at let's say 11:30 p.m., And I say I woke up at around 6:45 a.m. Now doing some quick math. So probably 8.25 hours, which wasn't bad, We actually got home at a pretty decent time. So yeah, 8.5 hours, and then you do your self-transcendence. I did do everything here, and then I just entered in my current body weight, which would be 118. Oh, shit. I do not weigh as much as a hippo. Okay, there we go. And then, this is about you. So you could go into Google Sheet to make this yourself, or you can join the Academy, and Lincoln T, the guy who made this, will probably have this where you can just copy and paste. Okay? All right. This will be the end of this video. I believe it's a long one, but these tools have really helped me out in my entrepreneurial career, and I hope they help you out too. Okay? End of the video.